Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful and honestly a highly urgent blueprint. Because look, this isn't just about trying to feel good for a few minutes. It's about completely shifting your mindset from just surviving the daily grind to actually reaching your absolute ultimate potential. We're going to look at the literal framework you need to stop playing it small and finally take control. So, what do you actually want to do with your life? Like, ask yourself honestly right now. I know a lot of you watching are going through massive changes. You might be feeling incredibly uncertain or just completely stuck. And hey, let's validate that for a second. So many of us are overworked, we're underpaid, and we're stuck in jobs that just don't reflect who we really are. Working 40, 50, even 60 hours a week just to keep a roof over your head and survive, man, it's exhausting, and it's just no longer enough. So we've got to answer this question.
To figure that out, this blueprint requires 3 absolute, non-negotiable actions. Number 1, detoxify. Number 2, raise the bar. And number 3, get around the right people. Let's break these down.
Step 1, detoxify your life. It is absolutely crucial to develop an immediate, frankly ruthless strategy right now to remove whatever dead weight is holding you back.
Now, what's really interesting here is the critical psychological distinction between what you literally know to be true versus letting your feelings keep you trapped. Too many of us give our feelings the absolute last word. But think about it for a second. You know that job isn't for you. You know that relationship is completely broken. You know that environment is just killing your spirit. The facts are right there, so please don't stay stuck just because it feels familiar or because you're scared to leave.
Because if you stay in a toxic situation long enough, I promise you that toxicity literally rubs off on you. Before you know it, you start acting exactly like them, you start thinking exactly like them. You really have to step back and ask yourself, what kind of person am I becoming? If you don't set your own agenda and strip away these handicaps, you're just going to get absorbed into someone else's plan. And you only get one life.
All right, step 2, raise the bar. Once you've cleared out all that noise, it's time to stop underestimating yourself and step up to the very next level. To truly raise that bar, we've got to take a hard look at how we view failure. You see, there's this classic misconception out there. People think that we fail because we take this massive, impossible swing, aim way too high, and just miss the mark entirely.
But the reality? It's completely the opposite. Most people fail because they aim too low and they hit it. This is the absolute danger of playing it safe, you guys. Setting the bar literally on the floor, casually stepping over it, and calling that a life, that is the ultimate failure.
So what actually happens when you raise the bar and decide to play a much bigger game? Well, first off, you realize there's never a shortage of money or resources out there. There's really only a shortage of ideas and a shortage of people willing to put in the work. When you fully commit to that bigger game, you're going to naturally attract the right people and the right resources. Unseen doors are going to fly open for you. But to get there, you can't just tiptoe through life trying to never make a mistake. You quite literally have to be willing to fail your way straight to success.
Which brings us to step 3, curate your circle. You've detoxified, you've raised the bar, but honestly, none of it holds up if you're still surrounding yourself with average people who just drag you down.
This brilliantly illustrates the dark math of negative energy. And listen, I don't care how mentally strong you think you are. Negative energy is unbelievably powerful. It's exactly like dropping one rotten apple into a bucket with 5 fresh ones. The freshness doesn't cure the rot, right? The rot spreads and ruins the whole batch. In the exact same way, just one toxic, negative person has the power to absolutely destroy your dreams if you let them hang around in your circle.
So how do we handle these people? You know, the ones whispering poison in your ear, calling your ideas stupid, telling you you'll never make it? Here are your direct, actionable commands. First, do not argue with them. It's a total waste of your energy. Second, just get away from them. Third, remind yourself, hey, they don't know me like that. They have no idea what your true potential is. And finally, actively replace them. Go out and find the people who actually challenge you and inspire you to be better.
Now, all of this talk about raising the bar, it's grounded in a very sobering reality. This whole blueprint is actually inspired by a profound realization from a 12-year-old boy whose sister had just been diagnosed with terminal cancer.
That young boy looked up at his mother, and he said, "Mama, your life can change in the blink of an eye." That is the urgent, undeniable reality we are all living in. He hit the nail on the head. We simply do not know how much time we have left here. And because of that unknown, you cannot afford to spend your days just barely surviving, completely stressed out of your mind. You have to go all out.
And because life is so urgent,
Sometimes you need to take a massive step back just to figure out your next move. This is where the power of isolation comes in. It is perfectly okay to retreat. Sometimes you just have to go into a closet, shut the door, completely block out the noise of the world, and have a radically honest conversation with yourself. Just sit in the quiet and ask, where do I actually want to go from here?
But when you finally emerge from that isolation with an answer, wow, everything changes. Because there is literally nothing on earth as powerful as a made-up mind. The exact second you decide definitively that you want something different, you become a magnet. Your destiny starts calling you. A much, much bigger life starts calling you.
You've got to come out from among all the people who aren't serious about their lives. There is a hidden part of you that is literally begging to be expressed right now, and deep down you know it. You were born to win. Success is your birthright. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your children to stand firmly in your own greatness. Do not wait for permission. Stop playing it small, get out there and make something happen.
Which brings us to our final question for you to consider today. Are you ready to raise the bar? The blueprint is right in front of you. Detoxify, aim higher, and protect your circle. So if you are absolutely ready to step into your greatness, let us know. Hit that subscribe button to keep exploring and learning with us, and drop down into the comments right now and type, I am raising the bar today. Thanks so much for watching this explainer, and we will see you next time.